Hello there. Hello everyone. How are we doing today? Alright. Today, we are going to be beginning with the Yelan Daily Story Quest. What is this? This is new. I haven't seen this before. What do you sell here? Oh, I already have this. Because I already have it, I can't buy it. Well, whatever. Up here. There we go. There we go. Let's do this.
Uncle Tien, we're here to chat with you.
I'm almost 100% prepared for Sumeru to open up.
Oh? What a lovely surprise. Welcome. Hoishi, why don't you go downstairs and get the shopkeeper to make us a fresh pot of tea?
That would be delightful. What kind of tea are you making?
I heard that you've been traveling all over the place recently. I would very much like to hear your adventure stories.
I'm more concerned about you, sir.
Didn't she? Don't worry.
I need
I'm
you to be
quite
healthy.
all right.
Keep
It's
living on.
just the years gradually catching up.
Keep helping our nation and our country.
As I grow older, I'm starting to find that with many things, though the mind is willing, the flesh is weak. Especially recently, I've noticed a rather drastic drop in my energy levels.
He seems to be the opposite of Zhongli, whereas his body seems to be ready. The mind seems to be deteriorating slightly.
I am still very much in good standing as the Tianshu today. Nevertheless,
I think it's weird that we've only ever met of the 10 great kind of leaders. We've only met 3 of them. Cushing, Bait. Why am I drawing a blank right now on the 3 of them? Cushing, Uncle Tien, and
How difficult is it to transfer the Tianshu position?
Oh, well, you see, the Tianshu is
I seem to be like Zhongli, I'm drawing a blank. My mind seems to be deteriorating. Damn.
Historically speaking, the Tianshu rarely appears in public. We stay behind the scenes, planning and giving advice. So a public selection process would not be suitable. We also want to keep any prospective Tianshu candidates free from influence by outside forces, so we tend to be as discreet as possible in their assessment and appointment.
That's fair.
For these reasons,
Government,
the Tianshu
specifically the United States, sucks because of all the lobbying and the outside forces that seem to play a huge role in what our government chooses to do. And so, you know, it's tough. It's real tough.
So in other words, you pick someone, and then Lady Kuching, Lady Ningguang, and the other Qixing appoint them?
Ningguang and Qixing, you know, we've only met 3 of them, which is very weird. I wonder who the rest are.
Correct. Unfortunately, due to my health, I won't be able to assess every candidate myself.
Like, we know all of the Harbingers. We know who all of them are. Sort of. In a way, we know who all of them are. We don't know who all the Qixing
Not
are.
to despair, however, because I found someone exceptionally capable to act on my behalf as assessment officer. In fact, I believe you recently became acquainted with her yourself.
Oh, okay.
Oh?
Okay.
Who is it?
I'm heartbroken. I thought it might take you a little longer than this to forget all about me.
It's Yelan!
Jackpot. Uncle Tien here asked me to assess 3 candidates for him. Fancy joining me? You'll be among the first to get to know the next Tianshu. Might be a good opportunity for you.
Hey man, I don't really care about the Tianshu, but you, my lovely lady, I always care about. It's nice to see you again. I'm glad you're here.
What do you think? Makes sense. After all, whoever the next Tianshu is, it doesn't really make any difference to us. Still, Paimon's really curious to see which candidates
I'm glad that...
Uncle
Okay, so
Tian
these
picked,
are two
so
very
let's
different
go take a
choices.
look.
But they both still lead to the same thing, versus a lot of choices are basically kind of in the same direction. And so because of that, he doesn't really change the story. But even here, both of the opinions that I could give were complete opposites. And still led to the same thing.
Alright then.
Which is fine for this type of game, but you know, I like games where your choices all completely make a difference.
You
You know,
say
kind
you're
of like
into
Until Dawn.
behind-the-scenes planning? My
Every
work's
different
of
choice
the
makes a little bit of a
covert variety,
difference.
too.
How the story
Don't you
progresses
think
and continues to
I
go
might make a
on.
good Tianshu?
Huh? Yelan, you want to...
I'm not opposed to the idea, but I suspect Ningguang wouldn't let you go very easily after how long you've been working together. So, how about this? If your investigation reveals that none of the other candidates are qualified for the position,
I hate her bangs. As pretty as
I'll
she is and
recommend
how
you for the
much of
job.
a mind she has, her bangs, I just don't really get the style, you know? It feels like it'd be in the way with the way you'd have to style it. It feels like you're only given one path. Whereas, like, my hair, I'm growing it out, and I have options, you know, but with this, there's not really, like, choices that you have. But yeah, Yelan and her extremely powerful, majestic mind. She would be a good fit.
Well, you guys take your time. Everything's all set for the assessments to go ahead. Meet me on the first floor when you're ready. Until then, have a pleasant conversation. Oh, and no need to pay for your tea. As the new owner of this fine
Oh,
establishment,
really? You own this place?
this runs
Nice.
on the house.
Cool. I want to be a business owner, but I'm poor, so.
You're all set?
Uncle Tian seems really worn down. It's like all his energy's gone.
Yeah, it may sound harsh, but Uncle Tian is past his prime. He's not cut out for this anymore. So he's recommended 3 candidates. Their names are Qinwei, Mingguo, and Zhi. Qinwei is a wealthy entrepreneur. Mingguo works at the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs, and Zhi is focused on study and travel. Try to keep all that in mind. Of course, it doesn't really matter if you forget, since we'll be assessing them at Yuehai Pavilion in a short while.
I've talked about this before, but the voice actor for Official's Crow does not do good pronunciations for other languages and their names and words, whereas Yelan.
Qianwei, Mingbo, Zhi. Paimon should be able to remember their names, but what does the assessment involve exactly?
Let's leave that until
There's
we
no
get to
one here.
Yuehai Pavilion.
It's just me.
All right. Heads in the game, people. The stakes don't get much higher than a change in the Qixing. We can't afford to miss anything, no matter how small.
Got it. We'll keep our eyes wide open.
I'm pretty observant. I notice the smallest little things, and even though it's usually a bad thing, I make observations to people, and usually they get mad at me, but it's fine. I wonder how much Mora Ningguang has, just on hand. And the reason for my curiosity is because I wonder if I have more money than her. Because I'm rich. I'm like rich, you know. It's getting a little bit excessive at this point, how much Mora I have in this game. Like, I don't even think there's a physical way for me to spend the amount of Mora I have in this game. If I could transfer it into real money of equivalent
My legs
value,
are getting
it'd be crazy.
sore. What is wrong with this assessment officer? This is a huge occasion and I don't even get a chair. I've dealt with all kinds of people in my time, but never have I been made to stand while I'm waiting for an appointment.
Oh, I mean, I think it's fine.
That's called being complacent. If you're happy to just accept the way things are, you'll never be able to change anything in the future.
Oh, come on. That's just... Now you're just being
Well, to be
unreasonable.
fair, you're the one who made an appointment with
you
him,
two.
so why does he have to make
Let's not get
accommodations
into
for
a
you?
big argument over this. It's not Qianwei, that was a bit uncalled for. And Mingbo, cut him some slack. We've all been standing around for a while. It's natural to be getting irritable. Look, how about this? There's no rule saying we're obliged to stand up while we wait, so why don't we borrow some chairs from the guild nearby?
Fine. They're not the
Are
best
these all
quality
three of the
chairs, to be
candidates?
sure. But under the circumstances, it would be better than nothing.
It looks like all 3 candidates have arrived.
I'm for the guy
We'll
with the
meet them
hat.
formally soon.
Already from this
Before that,
from this
let me run you
conversation
through the
that I've
assessment
overheard from them
process.
right now, the guy in the hat seems like the most likely candidate because one is meek and timid. He won't be able to handle the stress of the job and handle the negotiations behind the scenes. He won't be able to keep the secrets potentially. And then the guy with the ponytail, he seems greedy, very self-centered, so he won't be able to think for the mind of the populace and just think for himself. So at this point, we could already be done with this. Let's just go with the guy with the hat.
I've split it into 2 stages: current affairs and planning, and face-to-face interview. In the first stage, candidates are required to submit a manifesto for Liyue's development. In the second stage, we will ask them some questions in person. Writing a manifesto takes time, so I informed them of this requirement in advance. These are the reports they submitted.
Okay.
Wow, one of them is really thick.
It's also worth mentioning a stipulation I gave them. Whoever is appointed as the new Tianshu will be expected to implement their plan as put forward in their manifesto. Failing
that's a
the
good
occurrence
idea.
of some cataclysmic event, they will not be permitted to change their plan. Therefore, these 3 piles of documents in front of us represent where each candidate stands on key policy issues. There's still some time. Have a skim through, get a first impression of what each person's proposing. I'll be waiting off to the side. Just let me know when you're done.
You waiting on? Why are we doing this? Isn't this your job, bro? Okay. 10 ways. I probably butchered that just a little bit, but it's okay. Issues. Implementing. His view seems to be that regulations and regulations and incentives. Gosh. Regulations and incentives are both indispensable. Okay, very short. To the point, I guess. Mingbo, the guy in the middle, covers diplomatic affairs where comprehensively focusing on people's livelihoods. Okay, that's good. Core principles seem to be the greater good means the world that works for everyone. Alright, and these, I'm again butchering that. That's fine. Covers domestic affairs, foreign affairs, and checks the balance, all in great detail. The focus seems to be problem solving. It provides concise and clear solutions to various problems. It's so thick that you only have time to skim through it roughly. They all have good manifestos. All 3 of them
Finished,
are
huh?
good, and
What did you think?
they have good. I
Everyone
didn't
took
read
it
much of them,
very
obviously, but you know,
seriously.
the main points are good, all of them. So
Of course they did. They have the chance to be picked as the new Tianshu, so you can bet they're putting their best foot forward. And keep in mind, whoever gets in has to execute their plan as written. Nobody wants to have any regrets. That's for me to know and you to find out.
I mean,
can
considering that
talk
the
more
third
after
one
the
is the
interviews.
longest, that's the most planning ahead to be had.
We'll see the
so
candidates now.
do like
Let's
that.
do one at a time. Start with Chenwei.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ponytail guy? Just get him up here.
Oh? So you 2 are the assessment officers, are you?
very hoity-toity, aren't you?
I had assumed that given the great import of this situation, Lady Ningguang would perhaps be assessing us in person. I certainly hadn't imagined I'd be seeing two entirely unfamiliar faces.
Are you looking down on us?
I trust you've read through my manifesto? I'd be more than happy to clarify any details you found difficult to grasp. It was written with an expert audience in mind, after all.
You really are looking down on us quite a bit.
Mind your tone, mister.
Okay, bitch boy. How about this? You seem too smart, so why don't me and you start fist fighting? And loser is a bitch, okay?
Relax.
Come here.
It wasn't intended as a personal slight against anyone in particular. I was simply stating a fact. Cloud Retainer? You know this Adeptus? Oh, yes, I remember now. You must be the traveler that people are constantly
You do know
talking
about me, and you know that I'm acquainted with some of the Tianshu, yeah.
With your sterling reputation, you must have a respectable level of erudition. Perhaps you will be able to understand the concepts I have put forward.
I did understand a lot of them, and I thought they were
though I
good, but
shouldn't get
you
my
seem like an
hopes up.
asshole, you know? Yeah, you seem like a little bitch who I would absolutely love to fuck his ass. Spread your cheeks and give you a little tuggy tug on the nips. So, yeah.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes, sir, it is.
Yes. Please introduce yourself.
I'm, Mingbo. I work in the Ministry of Civil Affairs. I've worked there
stutter,
for,
sir.
9 years.
Get your chest out, big and
5
tall. Stand up big and tall. Good
3
posture.
days. In that time, I've handled
Chest out. And speak with confidence.
2,347 cases.
You'd be confident. You're looking for a position as a Tianshu. You can't be sitting meekly in the back.
I have 12 active cases at the moment. They should be concluded in, 16 days. My current work is related to urban planning, and I'm also responsible for, auditing the accounts. To be more precise, there are 3 parts to the accounts, namely...
That's a bit much, sir.
Is it just Paimon,
We don't
or is he
need
not
to
very
know
good
all
at
of
public
that.
speaking?
You seem to be good at your job.
You know
seem
what?
to be good at doing
Let's
the
leave
things
the
that you do.
self-introduction there and move on to some
but-
questions.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Well, hello there.
Hello. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little nervous.
It's okay. Let's open the room, you know? I mean, we're outside.
What
We
would
can't
you
open the
like to
room, but let's
know?
open the outdoors.
You're here
you
to
know?
assess me, so ask away and I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability.
Okay,
Your
Zee.
manifesto is very wide in its scope, but you don't seem to be personally involved in many of the specific fields. How can you be sure that you have the ability to put your plan into action?
That was
Very
good.
fair
That's a good,
question.
blunt question.
I completely understand where you're coming from, but I'm confident in my plan. I've visited many different places, talked to lots of people with far more expertise than myself, and my
I haven't
manifesto
done
is the
enough of that
conclusion of these
myself.
efforts. Of course, 2 different problems can be interconnected in very complicated ways, and you might reach 2 very contradictory conclusions depending on which one you're focusing on. What I've tried to do is strike a balance. In other words, present an optimal solution to all the problems as a whole.
How do you plan to
Like the
determine
way
whether
he's
you are
talking.
right or wrong about your proposed solution being the optimal one?
A great question. Well, I'd start by having my colleagues and the secretaries of the Yuehai Pavilion evaluate any proposals before implementation. Post-implementation, it would all come down to the results. If it turned out that my judgment was to blame for poor results, I would take...
Nice answer. All right,
I
next
also
question.
like that answer. That's the answer that I would give to such a question. Taking responsibility for your own actions and mistakes is something that is highly sought after in most people.
Everything he said was thoughtful and logical, and he was just a pleasure to listen to.
Here's
agree.
my take on what we just learned. As you saw, Qianwei is highly knowledgeable. He proposes many excellent ideas in his manifesto which effectively target the big issues. But he is very proud and incredibly stubborn. He doesn't care much about other people's feelings. Mingguo's plan is more thorough and more measured. You can tell he's meticulous in his work, very detail-oriented. But he
Yep.
and Qianwei are otherwise polar opposites. Mingguo is not very articulate and comes across as very timid in conversation.
Exactly.
Perfect summary. Paimon couldn't
You might not be
people
strong enough at
aren't
times to
good
implement
at
the
this
things that need to be
either.
done. You might not be strong enough to say the things that need to be said to other people. So because of that, that kind of takes
Last
him
but
out.
not least, Jur-E. His manifesto is full of pertinent details, his methodology is sound, and his proposals cover a broad range of fields, which is quite a rare feat. The depth he goes into in each and every area means it can only be a product of painstaking work. Plus, he is modest and good at dealing with people. But what really interests me is that many of his views happen to coincide with Uncle Tien's. Having someone like Jur-E take the position would certainly put Uncle Tien's mind
Especially
at rest.
if he... Okay, so this is just a proposal. What if we had GE mentor sort of underneath Uncle Tien for a little bit, have him learn the ropes, see what how Uncle Tien does it, and because their ideas coincide a little bit, you know, he could learn from Uncle Tien, you know, maybe pick up a few things here and there to
We'll
really
see.
solidify his abilities.
Let's go back and report to Uncle Tien.
Excuse me. I know, sorry, I talk a little bit too much. That's fine. You don't need you guys don't need to see that. I need to grind a little bit. I need more books of all. I need more of all of the books actually. I need more resistance. Yeah, this way. More resistance, more diligence, and more prosperity right now. I need to grind for them, but I know I'm not a big fan of grinding.
I see. Then it's more or less as I anticipated.
Is it now?
All right. Then let me ask this. The ideas in Jur-E's manifesto are very similar to your own. Is there any particular reason behind this?
Oh, I didn't want to say anything when I gave you the list of candidates, for fear of affecting your judgment. But I can tell you now, those 3 candidates have all studied under me in the past. It's only natural that they share some similarities with me. But Xin Wei went on to focus on his business, and Ming Guo has always been occupied with his work at the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Really?
Of all of them, Juri was with me for the longest duration.
Whoa. So how did you get to know them all, Uncle Tien?
Chen Wei was referred to me by an old friend. Ming Guo came to my attention in the course of my work. As for Juri, I was pure happenstance.
Okay. Fair enough.
We first met while fishing. Gradually, as we got to know each other, we started discussing all sorts of topics.
Quite the world, isn't it? One small little occurrence, one little conversation that you have with someone else can completely change your views and change your mind. Send you in a
Juri
completely
came
different
from a
direction from
poor
where you started.
family, and his parents died when he was very young. But he was a gifted student and a fast learner. He reminded me of a younger version of myself. So
The music in the
I
background
started
right
out
now is a
giving
little
him
bit
few
loud
words of
compared to
advice
their
when we were out fishing, and
talking, so
noticed
it's a
how
little hard to hear
quickly
them.
he got
I
on.
struggle with that myself when I'm balancing audios and videos.
Quite. And now, all of a sudden, he's grown into a mature young man. It's a joy to see. But the young are growing up, and I am growing old. How time flies. No one
The
can
young
escape
replaced
the
the new.
cycle of life.
Or the young replace the old. The older generation grows meek and weak, while the younger generation grows stronger and smarter.
I don't know,
That's
Uncle
just how it
Tien.
is.
You still seem in pretty good shape to me. You might have another few years of work left in you, don't you think?
Oh, you. There's really no need to console me. Having less energy than I used to isn't such a bad thing. It just means I finally have a good reason to retire and spend my days doing what old men like me should be doing. Going fishing whenever I feel like it.
Playing video games. And playing
Sounds
video
like
games.
you sure love fishing, Uncle Tien.
Ooh, there's nothing quite like fishing to pass the time. Ooh, and freshly caught fish, they make the most beautiful fish soup with
I love
barely
fish.
any
I love good fish.
preparation
Good
required.
cooked fish is good. I hate this, the store-bought, pre-packaged garbage. Just tastes
Fresh
terrible.
fish soup. Sounds tasty.
Doesn't it? Also, some time ago, Jury purchased a very special recipe from an old fisherman.
Did he now?
When we've been fishing recently, Jury always brings some extra ingredients he prepared in advance. The addition of these makes the soup taste even more wonderful.
I don't know if it's just me, but this whole thing feels a little bit suspicious on Ji's part. He seems... I don't know how to articulate this, but... like, he's been gunning for the position of Tianchu for a while now. Very secretively, without displaying his own intentions. Very well, but he's, you know, he met Uncle Tian by circumstance while fishing, got to know him, got to tutor under him. He always makes extra food for him. He's really brought a great opinion of himself to Uncle Tian, right? He even kind of copied the opinions of Uncle Tian when giving forth his manuscript and answering us. So, I'm just putting an opinion out there. We should be a little bit careful here.
That flavor makes for a fond memory.
Ooh, can Paimon come next time too? Paimon really wants to try it.
Let's get back to the matter at hand. Uncle Tian, we've reported back. Do you have a verdict?
I appointed you as the assessment officer, and I trust your judgment. Had you not asked me why Jury's ideas were so similar to mine, I was not going to mention my history with any of them. This decision must be guided by what is fair and right. Please disregard all other considerations and make your final decision only after a thorough review of each candidate's talents and capabilities. Remember, you must be thorough.
Understood. Come on.
It's a very
let's go
important
talk
thing.
somewhere else.
It's something that deserves being thorough.
Look after
Like voting.
yourself.
If you're gonna vote for someone, you should know everything about them. Who they support, what they'll implement. You shouldn't just follow a party. You should be following the person. Because parties, in the United States, I'm talking about the United States politics, parties only think about their own benefits, staying in power, keeping control, versus the individuals who would implement specific policies with or for the people or against the people sometimes, is what it seems like.
His manifesto was written well, and he's the best speaker.
Easy. Let's not rush. There's no time limit for this assessment.
Exactly.
Huh? So, are you gonna give him more tests or something?
No, nothing like that.
Really?
The assessment itself is complete. But let me give you a word of advice. Things are not always as they appear. The biggest no-no in intelligence work is to only get information from the person of interest themselves. The truth is almost always hidden beneath many layers of deception. You have to get information through many different channels. For
Exactly.
example, Wenyuan, Shenghua.
Yes?
Where'd these guys come from?
Lady Yelan, what are your orders?
Ugh! Who are they? Where did they come from?
Did they scare you? These two are Wenyuan and Shenghua. They work for me. As my trusted assistants, they are always standing guard nearby. They also perform various assignments as required.
Okay.
Shenhua is a business expert who gets his information by trading. Wenyuan relies on word of mouth. And there's also Upei, who's not here right now.
That meathead must have been out there on sea surveillance for some time now. Is he all right? I seem to remember that he can't
He's
swim.
on sea surveillance, but he can't swim. Oh, that reminds me of this story. Okay, so this guy joined the Navy, this old guy who used one of the substitute teachers at our school. He joined the Navy, and he never learned to swim. And so what they would do was they would send him with the the buoy on water rescues. Because they know he would hold on for dear life in that water. That he wouldn't let go of it. And so he would be better off for the rescues.
Nothing can take that guy down. Certainly not a little wind and waves.
Shenghua, visit all the commerce guilds and look into Qianwei's background. Wenyuan, go to the Ministry of Civil Affairs and look through Mingbo's work files.
Yes, ma'am.
So what about Juri?
We'll go ourselves, won't we?
Juri, well, obviously as the most promising candidate, we will be investigating him ourselves. Let's go to the docks first. Lots of people passing through there. You can find out all kinds of things.
If we're looking for information, why don't we try talking to Bulai, the owner of Wanyu Boutique? He does business at the North Wharf. Maybe he has some news for us.
Oh, excuse me.
That's actually not a bad idea. Let's go and ask him.
Give it up to the Fang. I was never allowed in there, wasn't I? Yushang T. Oh, Yelan owns it now. That problem, new owner makes some adjustments. So, a tea house. Okay.
Come on.
You know, this place has always been weird. Even though I'm the richest person in the world. They're like, no. Wait, what?
Huh? What's Bulai doing here today?
Look, your asking price for this batch is just too high. I can't buy in at this price. How am I supposed to turn a profit?
Come on, hear me out. I'm telling you, this is the single best batch of Sunsetias ever. You
Really?
won't find anyone who disputes that.
Well, by the time I'm able to sell them, will they still be the best set of Sunsetias ever?
I accidentally dropped one into a well, and even the water turned sweet.
Even so...
All right. I'll let you in on a little secret. The boss of Second Life also wants to buy from me, but I haven't responded yet.
This guy's a good merchant. I like it. Because this guy
If you won't
hates
take him, I'll just have to
Second
partner
Life.
with them instead.
He knows what he's
Neither of
doing. He
us
knows
wants that.
the connections. He knows what people are talking about. He knows what people are into, and he knows how people interact with each other. This guy's a good salesman.
Okay.
I like it.
Well, when you put it that way, I'll accept your asking price. I'll take all your stock. Don't sell a single one to Second Life. Oh, what are you doing here? And to be clear, these Sunsetias are mine. I got to them first. Don't get any ideas.
Actually,
I've got like
we need to ask
1,000
you about a guy called
Sunsetias just sitting in my
Juri.
bag.
Have you heard of him before?
Juri? Yes, he's quite well known. I've heard a story about him. They say he was born into poverty. His parents died when he was young, and he was treated cruelly by the local community. One of his neighbors was terribly rude to him all the time, but Juri never retaliated. And when his neighbor went bankrupt, he even helped support the family.
Did he?
He returned cruelty with kindness, injustice with peace offerings. A gentleman of talent and character, and... oh, how did I not notice him sooner? In fact, maybe I'm not too late. If I could hire him to be the brand ambassador for Wanyo Boutique.
He sounds like a decent man. We can finally breathe a sigh of relief.
It sounds too good to be true if you're
Why are
asking
you
me.
asking about him anyway? You aren't Looking for a... Well then, in that case, the higher bidder takes the... Ah, that's Juri right over there. Why don't we go and talk to him?
Where? Where?
It's him, all right. Looks like he's chatting with Lean Long. Come on, let's follow them and listen in. Try not to let him see you. We want this information to be as truthful as possible.
I'll just go and fetch an employment contract. And hey, don't try and cut me out of this. Hey!
I understand. Let's walk and talk. So, you were looking to buy a wineware set? Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well?
Trying to con you. Very honest, okay.
The truth is, an old friend of mine, who likes to have a drink now and then, he fancies himself as a man of culture, but doesn't care for needless extravagance. So I thought I might buy him a set of high-quality fakes.
How very thoughtful of you. Leave it to me, then. Come and collect it at Shigu Antiques whenever is convenient.
Real nice fakes, huh? Okay.
Thank you very much, Miss Lean Long.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Juri.
What's the hurry?
What?
Don't get too close.
That's too... You can't even see... What? How do you even know? Oh, come on, man. You're kidding me right now.
Try not to let him see.
Yeah.
I understand. Let's walk and talk. So, you were looking to buy a wineware set? Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well?
The truth is, an old friend of mine, who likes to have a drink now and then, he fancies himself as a man of culture, but doesn't care for needless extravagance. So I thought I might buy him a set of high-quality fakes.
How very thoughtful of you. Leave it to me, then. Come and collect it at Shigu Antiques whenever is convenient.
Thank you very much, Miss Lean Long.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Juri. These days, it's quite rare for someone of your standing to still keep up with their old friends. It's nice to see. I'll be sure to pick out a good set for you. You can count on me.
Was that it? Damn. Failed just before the end, huh?
Juri seems to get along really well with everyone. Are you satisfied now, Yelan? Seems like everyone thinks Juri
Why would he
is a
buy
great
them a nice set
guy.
of fakes? So
We shouldn't
weird.
jump to conclusions just yet. Let's go check out the wharf where he usually goes fishing.
Do we wait,
Yes, we do.
you're not just trying to dig up some dirt on Juri because you want to be Tianchu yourself.
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not.
I think
But hey,
Yelan's smarter than
If
that.
I do become Tianshu, I'll look out for you guys. You'll be able to try all the finest food for free. How does that sound?
We will?
Meh.
Well, come on! Off to the south
I'm
wharf
rich,
we
bitch.
go!
Who cares, man? I can do whatever I want. I could probably buy the wharf myself if I wanted to.
Faster? Okay.
South wharf. Let's head over there. Take me forever to run, so I might as well teleport just a little bit closer. While I'm at it. Alright, let's get going. Switch to someone with a little bit longer legs. I know I'm pretty sure they run at the same speed, but, you know, it just feels like I go faster with a larger character. Do they really go fishing at the wharf? It's kind of weird. Why not go in some pretty seclusive place, you know? Are we gonna talk to little Ming? Little Ming
The
Ming?
wharf is as busy as ever.
And the other kids?
I hear the anglers here sometimes sell their fish to the nearby fishmongers. Let's see what Uncle Soon has to say.
Okay, I haven't talked to Uncle Soon. Huh? I've been butchering that this whole time. I thought it was Uncle's son.
Welcome. What would you like to buy today?
I'd buy some
Sorry to
information.
interrupt. We're actually members of the Liyue Anglers Association.
That's a great lie
and
right
we
there.
just wanted to
You
ask
totally
a few
look like
questions
anglers.
about someone.
I totally don't look like a Middle Eastern prince, and you don't look like a hooker, you know?
We've heard
Or
about this
you
young
look more
man
like a
called
pimp.
Jur-E,
I'm sorry.
who's supposed to be a
That was
fantastic
disrespectful. A pimp.
fisherman.
You look like
Just
a pimp.
wondering if you happen to have heard of him?
Whoa! Yeon made up a whole fake identity without batting an eyelid.
Ah, yes, Jury. He's been making quite a name for himself recently. I've got some friends who travel all over the place, and they tell me everywhere they go they meet someone who's heard of him. Apparently, he had a rather tough time growing up. Had to work several jobs alongside his studies to make ends meet.
Shit. I dropped a tiny
How
little
does that
piece of
saying
chocolate,
go?
and it
What
disappeared.
doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if there's anything to that logic, he's sure to be phenomenally successful one day.
Yeah, we think so too.
Perhaps.
But I'm afraid your Anglers Association might be in for a disappointment.
Oh? Why's that?
He's good at a lot of things, but fishing isn't one of them. He fishes at the wharf and sells what he catches to me on occasion. His catches are always mediocre. Not terrible, but equally nothing to write home about. If you're looking to recruit some new members, though, I do know a few top anglers I could put you in touch with.
That sounds fantastic. I've got a couple of other things to attend to right now, though, so why don't I come back some other time and we can chat over a drink?
Sure thing. See you.
Everywhere they go, they meet someone who's heard of him. Come on,
Everywhere.
let's keep asking around.
That sounds like a little bit of the underworld action is what we're getting to. Oh, we were talking to him, okay. It was just a guess. I
Here
didn't
to buy some
read anything.
fish? It's 300 for one or 3 for 1,000.
3 for 1,000?
You better hurry. When they're gone, they're gone.
Hello, we're from the Society for Fish Price Research. We'd just like to ask a few questions.
Wow, she switched identity again.
Well, she's a professional. She knows what she's
Society
doing.
for Fish Price Research? I haven't done anything illegal. Stay out of my business.
Please, don't worry. We're just here to conduct... We've heard about a certain Jur-E who's been selling fresh fish at low prices in this area recently. Do you know anything about this?
So this isn't about me. You should have said something, you know. I know the guy. I can tell
Well,
you what I
rude,
know.
But, yeah, that's fine.
I haven't heard anything about him selling fresh fish at low prices, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was him.
Oh?
Why?
Why is that?
Because he's so poor. His
What?
parents died when he was very young, and his
Why
alcoholic
does everyone
father
know about
still
this?
owed a huge amount of debt. No one wanted anything to do with him. He was still a kid when he first came to the wharf. His clothes were ragged, and he had a bandage wrapped around his head. And he
Okay.
managed to survive, thanks to Uncle Tien, who gave him some food. But still to this day, he doesn't have a lot of mora to his name. I mean, he can afford to eat and everything, but you'll often see him haggling with others over just a few mora. So, I wouldn't be surprised to find out he's been selling a few fish. It's not like he catches much anyway, so it's not going to affect my business. Don't tell him I said that.
You'd rather he didn't know?
Well, I spoke to him once, briefly, and I just had a feeling that he really cares what other people think of him.
Okay.
I think he has pretty low self-esteem, but hey, it's hardly my place to say anything. What he's achieved already puts most people to shame. And nobody's perfect. I just wouldn't want to upset him, that's all.
I see. Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Not a problem. And just for the record, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the price of my fish.
The more times you say it, the less convincing it becomes.
Doesn't
It's a
have a lot of
huge
mora
sample.
to his name.
Jesus.
Okay.
It's weird. Okay. Load up. Hello?
Hey, it's you guys.
Oh.
Wait.
Yeah.
What's the phrase? Oh yeah. Honored to meet you. What brings you to me?
The truth is, we are but newcomers to this territory. We heard tell of a great martial artist, Master Dugu, who knows everything there is to know. Hence, we sought you out to ask for your guidance.
What?
Really? People said I know everything there is to know?
But of course. We also heard that Master Dugu is a kind and virtuous swordsman who never turns away anyone who comes with questions.
Great! So what do you wish to know? Nothing happens on this street that I don't know about.
Sounds about right.
Now she's lying to a kid.
So, Master Dugu, have you heard of one by the name of Jur-E?
She's great. She's good at it, too. Confidence.
Sure have. You mean that guy that all the grown-ups are talking about these days? I've heard many tales of Jur-E. For example, I can't remember. Probably because it's nothing that important. I prefer stories about sword-fighting heroes.
Oh, I can completely understand that. Then let me ask you this. Do you remember roughly when the grown-ups started talking about Jur-E?
Oh yeah, I know that. It was about 2 or 3 months ago. Before
I think it's
that,
weird that everyone knows about his past.
Jur-E in a kind of nasty tone of voice. But 2 or 3 months ago, suddenly everyone started to like him.
Everyone knows about his sad and poverty-stricken past.
Sometimes he
It's
gives
weird.
me candies, so I'm glad that people are starting to like him now.
Just as I thought.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, just as I thought, Master Dugu is indeed as kind and virtuous as the legends claim.
I'm not that great.
It's weird.
Oh yeah, one
Does
other
no
thing.
one know who Yeon
These
is?
days,
I mean, I know
there's
she's
a
like
lot of people I've never seen before
secret
talking
intelligence
about Juri's
person,
stories
but-
in the street. They seem like nice people.
Oh, definitely.
Great. So next time I see them, I'll say hi. And I guess I can share some of my candies with them too.
Certainly. You can also tell my friend in Yenshang Tea House about what they're up to. I'm sure my friend would also like to say hi.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Well then, fare thee well, Master Dugu.
It's starting to sound like official.
Until we meet again.
Bye-bye now. Little Shota. Little Shota boy.
Any of that sound strange to you?
Strange? What was strange about it?
Everything.
Juri's seems to have a great reputation. Uncle Soon and Uncle Gao spoke highly of him, and Dugu Shuo seems to like him too.
True. But the issue is, where did his sudden celebrity come from? It almost seems too good to be true.
That's what I was saying.
Sudden? Too good to be true.
So he
Although
returns
she's
cruelty
definitely a
with
bit smarter
kindness
than I
and had to
am.
work to support his studies. These are the kinds of things that make someone well known in their hometown. But Uncle Soon said even his friends who travel far and wide
exactly.
hear about him wherever they go.
I thought that was weird too.
That's a little over the top, if you ask me. Do you remember what Dugu Shuo said about Jur-E's stories? Clearly, they left him with a good impression of the guy. But beyond that, he wasn't interested in the details. That's the reaction I would expect from any normal person. Plus, there's the fact that all this praise of Jur-E has only been happening within the last 2 or 3 months. His childhood, his studies, the thing with his neighbor. None of these are recent events. So why are these stories only
They're
going
rumors that
around
were
now?
spread as truths, aren't they?
When you put it like that, it is kinda strange.
Of course, if that's all there was to it, I wouldn't look into it any further. Jur-E was born into a poor family. Paying people to get his stories out there is within the rules of the game as far as I'm concerned. The problem is, do you remember what Uncle Gao said about him? He's stayed poor his whole life. Everything he's earned he's either spent on studying, traveling, or paying off debts. I don't think he has the mora to pay for a publicity campaign.
Exactly.
Right. And that changes everything. It could mean a powerful faction is trying to gain influence over the Liu at Xixing. That's the worst case scenario. But all too often, the most pessimistic speculation turns out to be closest to the truth.
Someone's trying to gain influence over the Qixing? That sounds serious.
It'd be
What
really,
should we
really
do?
bad.
Even if we asked Juri about it, surely there's no way he'd admit it.
Of course not.
First, we need to find out who's supporting him. Don't worry, I've got a plan.
Now, I'm not an expert in this sort of thing, so I didn't think of a plan. But at least,
Remember the current affairs and planning stage
I
of the
was
assessment?
suspicious of him from the start. I'll take that
Since the
point.
successful
I'll take that
candidate
point.
is duty-bound to implement their plan after taking office. Their manifesto tells us their stance on key issues. Whoever is secretly helping Jur-E must be seeking to benefit from his actions after his appointment.
They must be hidden in the manifesto.
So, we should be able to find some hints in Jur-E's manifesto. Come on, let's get back to Yansheng Tea House.
Let's read through his entire manifesto. Every inch of it must be analyzed. Let's do this. I think Uncle Tian might know about this, and so he's setting us out to do this. Ming Bo, I think that he might be the best case scenario afterwards, or even Yelan.
Jur-E's manifesto covers a huge range of topics. Looking for details that don't add up will be like trying to find a needle in a haystack. I'll divide the reports into 2 piles. You take one, I'll take the other. When we're finished, we'll put our heads together. Officially, the assessment is already over, and I'll be expected to announce the results before long. So we have to get to the bottom of this as quickly as we can.
Yikes! We better hurry!
Whatever else Uncle Tian might think of Jur-E, the fact remains that he's one of his favorite students. Any evidence he's left is not going to be immediately obvious. We'll have to look...
Even though Yelan took half, well, we gotta...
Alright, let's do this. See ya. Okay. Folklore says the last mountains leeway. How do the obstacles hindering the excavation operation in the chasm? Many projects have been pulled off. Blackcliff Forge, potentially. Since there are specific names being put out there as someone to be given first priority for things. Train, Stone Forest, and Pink. In these areas, weak transportation links. The sheer mountain peaks are connected only by rope bridges. They are dangerous to walk on. Areas are rich in pillars. Okay, so there's the Blackcliff Forge that we're seeing, and there might also be the what is it? The medicinal shop that's over by the pond in the northern end of the Leeway Harbor. They might also be sponsoring him from behind, and then also on the first sea, he wants to produce patrols. He didn't name anyone specifically, but there might be a company that we don't know about that could be sponsoring him from behind that. Since he wants to push for making new opportunities to have more patrols out there.
Let's take...
So there's a lot of people that could be supporting him from behind the scenes.
Looks like I'm the first one back, as usual.
Oh, hey! It's one of Yelan's little helpers!
That's so rude.
If you're back, that means you finished investigating Tianwei, right?
You betcha. I visited all the commerce guilds and gathered a wealth of information. Every time they asked me to leave, but I always had another trick up my sleeve.
Don't drag this out. Just tell us your
Yes, Lady Yelan. To
Let's hear what's
summarize my findings, most people who've had interactions with Tianwei will start out complaining about how proud and arrogant he is, but then go on to give a generally positive appraisal of him. The young master of the Feiyun Commerce Guild said that Qianwei appears arrogant, but he's very scrupulous in the way he works. Once he signs a contract with somebody, he treats them fairly regardless of their background.
Who'd have thought?
Is it possible that his reputation is fake? Is there any way you can check the accounts of the businesses under his name?
In theory, that should be very difficult. But here's the thing. I asked around and found out that almost all of Qianwei's accounts are open to the public. Where he buys from and sells to should be confidential business information, but he doesn't seem interested in protecting it at all. Qianwei often sees business opportunities that others don't, but once he's made enough mora off of it, it's like he gets sick of it and releases all of his trade secrets.
Dude's a hustler. Okay.
It's like he wants people to know that they still can't beat him, even if he shares all of his secrets. The fact that someone like that can still make mora is pretty infuriating when you think about it.
Oh my god, I love it.
It's like he's
That's how you should be.
business to make mora, but instead...
To validate his theories. No wonder his manifesto contains so many insights. It's all the result of his first-hand experimentation.
I'm back! Huh? How come you're here?
That's great. I love that.
Why do you think? Obviously, because I possess superior skills and am always one step ahead of the competition. Well, when you're the competition, at least.
Oh, that's fucking rude. Damn, maybe your son was easier. I mean, he leaves all of his business on the open, you know?
Whatever. I'm not getting into an argument with you. If I hadn't had something else to take care of on the way, I would have been back long before you. Lady Yayla,
best friends.
I have finished investigating Mingbois.
Best friends, obviously. That's how they should be.
Well, we're all ears.
The Ministry of Civil Affairs says that Mingbois struggles to get his words out when he gets nervous, especially when he's chatting with strangers. But after a few days of getting to know him,
he just had to
you
go to the
can
Ministry
pretty
of
much
Affairs
have a
and ask
normal
for him.
conversation with him. On the whole, the feedback from the Ministry of Civil Affairs was very positive. He always considers the things that everyone else overlooks.
In your opinion, was the Ministry of Civil Affairs' appraisal of Mingbois at all exaggerated?
She asks the right questions at all times. It's great.
Mingbois is someone who has slowly but surely earned the reputation he has today. According to Miss Yu, the Ministry often gets Mingbois to take a final look at projects before they're implemented. People feel much more confident in something if it has his stamp of approval. Oh, and also, there was once someone in the Ministry who was lying and cheating to try to advance their career. Mingbois gave them the scolding of a lifetime. Apparently, he can be terrifying when he loses his temper. I haven't seen it for myself, though.
Whoa, that's hard
Stern
to
with a high
imagine.
sense of justice. I like it.
I said before, things are not always as they appear.
Ah, so that's what you meant by that. I'm starting to get it now.
Thank you both. You're free to go now.
I'm glad we got another look at the information. Off the first conversation that we heard, I was even like, yo, this guy here, we should go with him. But now that we've seen all the information, I'm starting to turn away from him a little bit. I'm starting to look outwards.
Have you finished reading the manifesto?
I like it.
We still have a bit.
There's a lot of possibilities, you know. He's for a lot of things.
I can't
so,
see any
course,
immediate problems looking at the individual entries. The only one that strikes me as a little unusual is the Cheongshu Pool redevelopment plan. Cheongshu Pool has always been home to many secrets. Plus, Ajdaha once wrought havoc there, so there are even more secrets buried deep underground. At some point, a rumor began to go around that there is great treasure buried beneath Cheongshu Pool.
Really?
A long time ago, with the approval of the Qixing, a mining team conducted an exploratory excavation there.
So, did they find any treasure?
None. The ruin was completely impenetrable. The only way they could have gotten through the solid rock would have been by blowing it open with a special kind of explosive. The technology wasn't mature enough at that time, so the excavation project was shut down and the treasure became a mere legend. Zhi-Yi's manifesto focuses on solving problems, and this treasure hunt seems extremely risky. It seems out of step with the rest of his plan. Still, this one fact
that seems to
alone doesn't tell us
coincide
much.
with the
Everyone wants to get their
Blackcliff
hands on this treasure. The treasure
forging
hoarders,
refinery
the
potentially.
Fatui, even local Liyue factions. Did you
Excavation? Project? treasure? Did we? Oh yeah!
There it is.
G.E. said the Blackcliff Forge workers should get right of first refusal if any suitable projects come up.
Did he now? Well, that makes everything much clearer. So G.E. wants the Blackcliff Forge to excavate the treasure of Qingshu Pool.
Does that mean the Blackcliff Forge is Juri's secret supporter?
Most likely.
No, not likely.
Really?
I've looked into the Blackcliff Forge before. They aren't involved with any powerful factions at present. They do possess some specialized explosives, but it would seem more trouble than it's worth to put so many resources into a risky project like this. Still, since the clues are pointing toward the Blackcliff Forge, we should see where they lead. We may well find something new.
See what we can dig up on this Blackcliff Forge. Oh, it's over here? I thought it was where is it? Where is the Goodness, I can't remember at this point. There used to be a large I think it was over here, north of the Qingshu Pool. This refinery over here, outside the chasm. I think that's it. Although I could be wrong. I can't entirely remember. I don't know. But
what about Juri? Is there another
I didn't think it'd be over here.
I don't need an umbrella.
Arrogance
you can
is
use
good,
one if
in
you
my
need.
opinion. It's good to be arrogant. It's good to be think highly of yourself and of your abilities.
Let's look around for clues.
Although, as long as you're not overly arrogant and blinded by such things, I think it should be okay. Payday, Air Force join, can't believe people was... Okay.
What's this? That...
From the back, it looks like a ledger. But it seems they also use it as a site log. We don't know who wrote it, but it's interesting, don't you think? These newcomers, who could...
You think they're suspicious?
Yes. Look, it says right there, one of them's already been promoted to team leader. At this rate, by the time the Qingshu Pool redevelopment plan is ready to roll, they'll be the technical backbone of the team. That'll give them the chance to take a lot of liberties. They
Maybe
can
there's
copy
someone
any
behind
secret texts or steal
them
any
as
treasure
well.
they find underground. Imagine if we didn't suspect anything. By the time Jur-E recommends the Blackcliff Forge for the excavation project, at most we would maybe do a fresh background check on the place. No red flags if all they did was change some key staff. And even if we decided to vet the staff individually, they'd have had more than enough time by then to come up with fake identities. That's the advantage of planning this far in advance. It was a clever move.
When you put it like that, it all makes sense. If we hadn't found this out, someone else would have stolen the treasure. So,
If there is indeed
really
treasure there.
behind all this?
That's a question for the newcomers. But let's start with that worker over there.
Fair enough. Yo, what up, my dude? I'm sorry. I know that I just pressed my dick right into your face. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I flew in just a little bit too quickly. And I know I've got a schlong. It's about as long as your face. And it would reach the back of your throat. But it's okay, it's okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Excuse us. We want to ask you about the newcomers.
You want them to teach you or something?
Fuck no.
I gotta say,
Damn, this dude's
these
triceps,
newcomers are in
Jesus.
tip-top shape. Fast learners, too. They're picking up all the skills unbelievably fast. My only complaint is that they're always going out drinking at night. But they never let us join them.
Well,
I
let's go
guess they
find
just
them and
need some
listen to
time
them
to
drinking.
adjust. I'm sure we'll get to know each other over time.
They go out drinking. This area isn't exactly renowned for the nightlife.
No,
I'm
they're not
guessing
going out
it's a
drinking,
long
are
trip
they?
to the nearest tavern.
You got that right. They tell me they go all the way back to Liyue Harbor to drink at Wanmin Restaurant.
Do they?
It rained after work today, so they actually stuck around at the site for a while. But as soon as the rain stopped, they went out drinking again right away.
Did they?
Hey, you're only young once, right? I say, if they can hack it, let them at it.
Fair enough.
Interesting.
I'm not much of a drinker
Let's go
myself.
talk
I don't
somewhere
enjoy the
else.
taste of alcohol, so it's just how it is.
Looks like our hunch was on the Mora. These newcomers are very suspicious. Drinking in Liyue Harbor, huh?
From all the way out here?
Some cover story. I'll wager they've been going to intelligence updates. Good thing it rained today. It means they'll leave footprints. I doubt they'd give themselves away that
Lucky
easily,
us.
but let's follow them and try our luck.
They went that way! Hurry, we gotta catch up! These footprints are heading towards Liyue Harbor. Maybe we were wrong about them.
We don't know that. We don't know that yet.
Just as I thought. They didn't go to Liyue Harbor. They went that way.
What? Oh. Let's see, this way. Yep. Okay, here that makes sense. Treasure hoarder lady? Maybe they just look the same. I don't know. Baya, or whatever her name was.
The footprints stop here. But, judging from the direction, I'm guessing their destination was that abandoned house.
Yup. Doesn't seem like anyone's inside. Okay. Bamboo mat. Have they been sleeping here? Used to be sleeping here. At the very least. Nothing else is inside. Oops. Character. Strange traces. Looks like there have been a fight here. Strange. And there should be a fourth. Who's somewhere. Found it. Strange.
Looks like we were too late. This has gotta be where the newcomers rendezvous with whoever they're working for. But, look at these ashes. Someone was burning documents not long before we arrived.
Could there be anything left?
Perhaps they picked up on us tracking them.
Could have blown the fire out before everything.
The odds of that are very slim. It's practically impossible. I've checked. All the paper's been burned. There's only ash left now.
Why don't we wait for them back at the Black Cliff Forge? They've gotta go back there sooner.
We can't count on that. Clearly they were based here at one point, but it's mysteriously abandoned now. To me, that says that whoever's behind this has moved them somewhere else, to throw our investigation off course.
Darn! Guess this is where a trail runs cold.
Make no mistake, the
Perhaps
purpose
not.
of our trip wasn't to find any solid evidence. We just need to figure out who's behind Jur-E. I smelled something peculiar the moment I came in. Those
Like a
newcomers
nose.
probably thought they'd be safe as long as they burned the letters. But what they failed to consider is that paper and ink from different regions produce different odors when they're burned.
Did you smell some ink from Schneznai?
Really? Paimon can't smell anything. Do you smell anything?
There is a certain place with a freezing cold climate where there's nothing but ice as far as the eye can see.
Yeah.
Some wealthy people there put floral fragrance in their ink as a way of injecting a little romance
Who
into
could
their
have
writing.
guessed?
When that fragrant ink is burned, this is the exactly. The evidence will, but it's all I need. Now I know who we're dealing with. I can plan our next.
Lady Yelan! Oh, thank goodness I finally found you. I thought I'd never see you again.
Who?
Don't be alarmed. This is Upei. He's Wenyuan and Shanghua's colleague.
Oh, the brawny guy that can't swim.
I sent him to look into Jur-E's regular contacts. Since Jur-E likes fishing, Upei thought he might know some of the fishermen and sailors, so he took a boat out to sea to ask around.
Oh, you were really ahead of us. Wow, you already sent him out before everything. Okay.
I left him a note at Yanshang Tea House telling him to look for me at Black Cliff Forge when he got back. If there'd been an ambush waiting for us there, it means we'd have had some backup.
Okay.
So, What did you find out at sea?
Forgive my incompetence. I'm afraid I've come up empty-handed.
I love the way he talks. I'm afraid I've come up
I asked all the
empty-handed.
fishermen multiple times, but none of them had any interactions
None of them
with
had
Jerry
any
before.
interactions with him.
Then the waves got so choppy I ended up falling overboard. Fortunately, someone managed to drag me out.
Is
When
he
I
a
got
famous
back,
voice
I heard
actor?
that
I
you'd
feel
gone
like
to
I've heard his
Blackcliff
voice
Forge
before.
and might need backup, so I went straight there as fast as I could. Didn't even stop to change my clothes.
Well, Uncle Tien said that Jer-E once bought a recipe from one of the fishermen. Did you hear anything about that at all?
What?
Is he poisoning
That's news to me.
Uncle Tien? No way.
That's not possible. It's absolutely not possible. Lady Yalen, I'm telling you, I spoke to every single fisherman out there, and none of them mentioned anything about a recipe.
Really? Wow. I can't believe it.
Then I wonder how that even more wonderful fish soup came about.
Fish soup? What fish soup?
Nothing. Our priority right now is to find a way to get our hands on some solid evidence.
No way. This dude.
Well, any suggestions?
He's just that average suspicious guy, you know? Everything is like, oh, this is just too much, you know?
Not a bad idea. Upe, what do you think?
Honestly, I've already tried following Juri, but the guy's too cautious. Never meets with anyone suspicious.
Okay, so
does he
tailing's
now?
out.
No, we'll still need to tail him. But first, we need to do some groundwork.
Groundwork?
Alright.
When you've worked in intelligence for a long time, you'll understand that no one can stay on high alert forever. Especially when he thinks he's about to win.
Except.
Tomorrow morning,
Yes.
I'll announce his victory at Yuehai Pavilion. Take a guess what you think he'll do next.
He'll go talk to his conspirators.
Be sure to arrive on time. You won't want to miss the show.
Yes. This is good stuff. This is really good stuff. 9 is what it said? 9 to 11 or something? One full day. Even if I could do this in real life, I wouldn't want to. Because, as of now, it doesn't even feel like I have enough time as it is. I waste too much time. Every single day, I waste way too much time doing absolutely nothing.
3.
Alright, let's go see what's up. Let's go check it out. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's see what happens. This is the climax of this story quest here. Curious how it'll end.
It looks like we're all here. Well then, time for me to announce the results of the assessment process. I won't drone on about the importance of the Tianshu role. Suffice to say that Uncle Tien entrusted me with the monumentally important task of assessing the candidates. And now, it falls to me to give him a satisfactory answer.
And now I'll give you a satisfactory answer. It's me. I chose myself. I'm gonna be the Tianshu. Fuck you guys. Get out of here.
All of us here know the score. Don't beat around the bush. Just get on with it.
Qianwei has many pioneering ideas, but some of his plans are lacking in detail, and he easily gets into testy exchanges with other people. Mingbo is reliable, but not quite ambitious enough, and because of his personality, he struggles to win people over. In contrast, Jer-E is evenly balanced across the board, and enjoys an excellent reputation in Liyue. After much consideration, I have decided to recommend Jer-E to the Liyue.
What?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm a little surprised to hear my name being announced. In
Are
my
you now?
estimation, all 3 of us are worthy candidates for the Tianshu position. As your competitor, I've become keenly aware of your great talents. Would either of you entertain the possibility of working with me in the future and taking on some of my workload?
I'll have to see. I'm in a bad mood. This is the last thing I want to be thinking about right now.
I don't mind, as long as I can help.
Okay, well, that's all from me. Jer-E, you'll have some preparation to do. It won't be long before you're informed of your official appointment. I hope you will work hard and make Uncle Tien proud.
I will live up to the Tianshu
I
name.
think this is a
On
great
this,
thing
I
for
should go.
Canway.
I need to
'Cause
pack my
if we
things, and then I
do
think a celebratory meal is
Execute
in order.
him
Would
out
anyone
of
like
the
to join me?
possibilities. he will start to think a little bit more highly of others and think more about how others do things and be less proud and arrogant, I think, considering he
Count me
lost here.
out. I'm not in the mood for a celebration.
Juri seems pretty relaxed now. This would be a good time.
Hey, Traveler, tell me something. What exactly does that guy have that I don't? If you can't answer that, I'm not accepting this result.
I, also wouldn't mind knowing.
Oh no, if we get stuck here, we will...
Follow him.
Yes, ma'am.
We finally got rid...
Lady Yelan, Juri has gone towards Feiyun Slope.
Follow him, quickly.
Let's go. Let's go.
So Juri really sided with... But Uncle Tien thinks so highly of him. Why would he do this?
Difficult to say, but everything should become a lot clearer when we find him.
Oops. Well, okay, I'm fine. Thought I was about to be trapped behind this building here, unable to climb out. Okay, another stealth mission, I'm guessing, right?
I'm sorry, Lady Yelan. He's too good at this. We weren't able to keep...
How the heck did he manage to shake Yelan's? I guess Juri didn't let us guard.
No, Upe says he's much more relaxed than usual. Maybe it's just how he's wired. Perceptive enough to...
Don't blame yourselves. Let's not forget he was trained by Uncle Tien himself. Evading detection is not an unusual skill for him to have. If I'd asked you to tail Uncle Tien, you'd have ended up at a dead end too. It's fine. So, where did you lose him?
Shinue Kiosk. He only went in briefly. Upe and I were watching outside the whole time. A few moments later, a man dressed in a completely different outfit came out. Upe had a feeling that it was him, but we couldn't get close enough to check without blowing our cover. I figured that if we spooked him, it would undo what we've accomplished today so far. Another option would have been to arrest him there and then, but without any evidence, that would have been meaningless. So I stopped Upe, and I stayed here to wait for you while that meathead went to ask around in Shinue Kiosk.
Good work. The fish didn't take the bait, but that's okay. As long as he's still swimming around, we'll find... Let's go to Shinue Kiosk.
Okay. Why are we going into Shinue Kiosk? He only could have gone to so many places. Where'd to go? I didn't know you could buy stuff here. You can buy recipes here? Oh, no way. I didn't even know. Yes, thank you. I'll buy everything while I'm at it. Because I'm not a big cooking guy, you know? I could always use a little bit more of everything. So, thank you. I didn't even know you could buy stuff here. Okay, well I have some new recipes. Cool. It's an unexpected game. I like it. I like collecting all the recipes. I have a lot of them, you know?
Could you explain to me how that works? A guy like him comes in, changes his whole outfit right under your nose, and you don't even ask him about it?
Our customers are free to dress however they please. What grounds would I have?
Okay, fair enough, but didn't you think it was just a little?
Well, maybe I did, but it still doesn't give me the right to stop him.
Enough. Let's tone this down a little. I'll make this quick. Just one question. What did he buy while he was here?
Oh, he didn't buy anything. He just picked up a bottle of liquor that he ordered ages ago.
A bottle of liquor?
Yes, a very strong kind. Fiery, with a rich flavor. Not something the average customer would order. This gentleman ordered it in person from us a long time ago. He was only here today to pick it up.
Liquor and wineware.
Where to?
Shigu Antiques.
Okay. Going to... Oh! He's gonna go pick up the wineware, and then he's gonna go see Uncle Tien and talk to him. Okay. Nice, nice. She never spawns for me. She always takes a long time to spawn. Long, is that her name? Yeah.
Hey, Miss Lin Long. So we're friends of his. He's been telling us how impressed he is with the quality, considering how affordable it was. So we just had to come and take a look for ourselves.
Sure. Which model are you looking for?
We don't really know a whole lot about wineware. Let's just go with Juri's choice. Would you be able to show us the one he bought?
Jur-E picked up his set not long ago. As a quality imitation of an antique wineware set, it has the look and feel of a luxury item. Just so you're aware, we don't have many of this model left in stock. And now that Mr. Jur-E has taken one, I'm afraid it may...
Don't worry, price shouldn't be an issue. I'm sure we can work something out. But I'm just a little hazy on one thing. Did Jur-E...
For this set, the wine glasses are sold separately. Minimum purchase is 1 glass, maximum is 4. Mr. Jur-E, Bob...
Okay. Thanks, Lin Long. Seems there's a little more to buying wineware than I first thought. We'll have...
Well, don't take too long. We could sell out any day now. Alright, see you next time.
Bye now. He bought 2. Confirms he's going to see Uncle Tian.
This is turning into a real headache.
I'd just like to point out that we have the self-professed Grand Master of Fieldwork here to thank for being wholly incapable of tailing an ordinary civilian without being seen.
It's not like you did any better.
My specialty is information trading, okay? I don't have the physical agility. What's your excuse?
Fair point.
Yelan, so has the plan failed?
No, where do we think that him and Uncle Tian are going to go drink? Because I think he's going to poison Uncle Tian some more.
There's not much we can do. But why was he buying liquor at Shinue Kiosk
It's something
anyway?
strong that would mask
Celebrate?
poison really well. Something fiery with flavor.
If so, it's no ordinary celebration.
What do you mean?
First of all, Jur-E isn't much of a drinker. On some level, he hates alcohol because of what it did to his father. If he was just looking to celebrate by himself, he wouldn't spend his meager savings on an expensive bottle of alcohol, let alone buy a pair of special wine glasses. No, this is a victory feast, held in honor of Jur-E's private sponsor. Whoever this person is clearly enjoys hard liquor and has a very high status, hence the need for expensive-looking wineware. Now, where might we find Fatui who match that description, I wonder?
Fatui officials. Should be either the Snezhnayan Embassy or the Northland Bank.
Have both locations surrounded. Take as many people as you need.
Lady Yelan, is it time for us to make our move?
Oh, here it is.
If so, you can count.
Get with the program.
I was twirling around my earbud and
This is
it
a
somehow
covert
got
surveillance
tangled up
operation.
and tied a knot for
Jur-E
itself.
may be vigilant, but that doesn't mean the same is true for his drink, in which case, we don't need to change tactics. Just change who we're following.
Great idea! So we just need to find...
But Lady Yelan, if we get caught, this could become a major diplomatic incident.
It's fine.
I'm well aware, but don't you see? Jur-E is gambling everything on this. If we really want to catch him, we're going to have to accept a little risk ourselves. Stick to your orders, and make sure we're covering all other bases too. Anywhere else Jur-E might be going. I want eyes on those locations.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's do
Don't
this.
worry, Lady Yelan. Jur-E may be a slippery character, but we'll keep a close watch on the movements of all Fatui officials.
I'll be waiting for you at the tea house. If I'm guessing correctly, Fatui officials are likely to take action at night. You should go and get ready. Then meet...
I think it's already nighttime, isn't it? Perfect time for us to... Ah, we have to wait. Shit. How close are we? Damn. Just that much off, huh? And we're done. There we go. Let's do this.
Join the Adventurers Guild.
Alright, yo,
Perfect
what's
timing.
up?
Wenyuan just sent word that the Fatui ambassador, Yusupov, just left the embassy alone. He's heading in the direction of Qingshu Pool.
Is he now?
Qingshu Pool? That's the place Juri mentioned in his manifesto.
It looks like that's where they've arranged to meet. Sensible choice, I'll give them that. Qingshu Pool is
the
always
three newcomers,
crawling with
probably?
monsters. Most people wouldn't dream of going there. It's one place they won't need to worry about being seen.
Oh no, we gotta...
Let's go. If my hunt...
Yep. Let's do this. I mean, it's not that infested with monsters. I mean, we go there. We used to go there all the time. For this, that, and the other thing, and, you know, didn't really have too much of a problem. Although that's us, you know.
This is Qingshu Pool, full of ruins, crawling with monsters. Anyone with any sense steers well clear of this place.
I mean, it's pretty, so
I've
you
looked
know.
into the place before. There's a worker's entrance somewhere around here. Follow me.
Okay. Huh? Ow. Am I stupid? Is it down here? Is this? Should be looking for a... Oh, is it here?
There's been
It
some
is
work
here.
done on this place in the past, but it's a bit of a
Probably going
labyrinth
into
inside.
a,
I can't guarantee we'll be safe once we're underground.
whatchamacalls it. Oh my goodness.
The workers left still. Be ready to fight at any moment.
Don't worry, we're by the way.
They have other things to take care of first. We couldn't afford to wait for them, but
We can take care of this ourselves. Let's go into the, domain. That's what it's called. Goodness. I don't need water, and I especially don't need Geo. I'm kidding, I'll change out for some Hydro.
I'll take care of it.
I need to upgrade my barber more. I probably can. I probably have the materials to do so. I don't know why I haven't. They're cool. If I was gonna... I should've just kept keeping
Let the show begin. Oh, goodness gracious.
Are you ready to die?
as I expected. But this shouldn't be too much trouble.
Okay. 2E guy, what's up?
You guys see that? That's gotta be the Fatui bath. That must be the emergency.
Yep. Alright. Good. Okay, so this isn't a puzzle that we gotta solve. We just gotta fight some more monsters. Okay.
Gotcha.
I'll protect us.
So much damage.
By royal decree. Barbados. Kindness.
I know. Fucking losers. So what the fire? Oh, okay. There we go. Okay.
The water's gone down. Hey, look!
Let's go. I'm not gonna get crushed, am I? No? Two more fires. Okay. Do I need to kill these guys? Do I really need to? Come in.
Quietly now.
this mechanism here. Oh. Fire number 1. Can't move that one.
Gutsy.
Let's dance.
Dawn, break forth!
Alright, perfect. There we go. Sorry I stopped talking there. I was just thinking too hard about how to do this simple puzzle. You know how it goes. Okay. Oh, now we can move all of them. Cool. Need the fire ones on here, here, and here. Okay. Shouldn't be too hard. Alright, this should be a simple, much more simple
The
puzzle than
water's
the other
flowed
ones.
into the groove, and now the statues have lit up. Okay.
I remember doing
Now we should
puzzles
be
kind of
able to
like this
move
for
the
the
statues.
Golden Apple Archipelago. Yeah. I need to do the same exact thing over here. That's probably the fastest route. Go. One. And
The door is open. Let's go.
easy peasy.
We should be nearly at the bottom now. Let's wrap this up.
I'll protect us. Oz, reveal.
Gotcha.
Ready, steady, go.
As you wish, mein Fräulein.
Alright, here we go.
I can tell from the aroma that this is very fine liquor indeed. I'm impressed. Come on, bottoms up. After you.
After you, of course. He's making sure he's not getting poisoned.
Oh, sorry, that went down the wrong way. I've never drunk anything this strong before. It'll take me some getting used to.
You'll get there. If you want to stay friends with us, you have to drink with us.
I'll do my best.
You're more of a lightweight than I thought. Already struggling after one glass?
What a rude asshole. Gosh.
I thought you were made of sterner stuff. You certainly kept it together when you were
was right.
poisoning your teacher's
I was
soup.
fucking right. I was right. Damn. I'm better.
Come on, another round. Less talking, more drinking.
Sure. You didn't leave me much of a choice, though, did you? Just the mention of poisoning sends shivers down my spine. I'm more timid than you realize. Every time I poisoned him, I had to hide away at home for a few days because I was so scared of getting caught.
Look, I know it has not been easy for you, my friend. We appreciate all your hard work. But I have to say, you really are quite a genius at poisoning. I mean, the poison we brought from Snezhnaya is as strong as this wine, but you found a way to turn it into an imperceptible, slow-acting poison and came up with the idea of delivering it through fish soup. What was it you said? Oh, yeah. You said the soup's fishy flavor neutralizes the pungency of the poison, and this process even makes the soup tastier as a result. How did you think of that?
It struck me one day when I was fishing. I'm lucky it did. Otherwise, I'm not sure I would have been able to fool Uncle Tien.
You have performed excellently. The Fatui will continue to provide the support you need to consolidate your position as Tien Shu. Of course, this is as long as
he had just gone about everything normally. He's such a great guy. He would have obviously been able to take the role if he hadn't been so greedy.
Aside from Qingshu Pool, we also have some other requests for you, which we will inform you of in due course.
Don't worry. Whatever tasks you have for me, I will perform them diligently.
Did you hear that? It was poison. That's why Uncle Tien hasn't been feeling well recently.
Yep.
It's all Jurye's doing.
I couldn't have guessed.
What a nasty guy. Seize him.
Hold on. Did you bring a camera?
Seize him. That's so good. That's so good. It's like that picture of the dog online. The really dark colored dog. Chopper, sick balls.
If not,
Yeah.
you can use mine. This is quite a scene. We have to capture it for posterity.
That's so funny. Oh my god. Seize him.
Excellent liquor. We've seen no progress on the diplomatic front, and everyone has been eyeing up the treasure of Qingshu Pool. It's been a real headache for me. But soon, everything will be taken care of, and I can report back on a successful... I remember when I first saw you. I knew right away that you would make a good partner for us. Hey, do you still remember what I said to you?
How could I forget? You said a lowly commoner like me could never be seen as a serious candidate for the Tianshu, no matter how hard I work. The only way is for you to shine bright in the Tianshu's darkest moment. I think you were absolutely right.
Yes.
Really?
Under normal circumstances, the gap between you and other people could
I'm the most
only ever
average
grow
commoner
wider
there
over
is,
time.
and I plan to shine on my own. I don't need some assholes deciding what's for me and what's
Just
not.
look at your two competitors. Chen Wei had wealth. Ming Boa had reputation. But you had nothing. You were just another nobody. And that's why I decided to help you. You know, there's an old saying in the Fatui. Give a starving dog a bone, and it'll guard your home for the rest of its life.
Yes, I cannot thank you enough for your generous support.
You know, the best thing about you is that you do as you're told without
I
complaining.
think he's digging his own grave.
Keep up the good work, and I can assure you, you'll never have to worry about Mora
Did he
again.
poison him as well? I might be grasping at straws here with what I'm getting at, but did he also poison him? I don't know. That'd be
When you're
such
not in
a
the company of
twist.
the Fatui, you'll be able to throw your weight around as much as you want. How about
Will you
that?
now?
Uncle Gao said that Jur-E has low self-esteem. Seems he was right. He was worried that whatever advantage he might have now will diminish over time, so the Fatui persuaded him that he should act while he can. Do you have any more film in the camera?
Yeah,
Then get
infinite
ready to
room, bro.
use it. Tonight's grand finale should be coming up any minute now. How well this goes for us depends on how Jur-E plays his hand.
Ooh, is there any more alcohol? Go on. Fill me up. I'm in a good mood today, and I'm gonna drink my fill. Make sure to get me home safely afterward.
Totally.
There's only a little left. Here, I'll fill your glass.
Oh yeah,
If
he's
you like
definitely
it, I
poisoning
can bring
him.
you some more next time.
Oh, this is the good stuff. It is great. Huh?
Yep. 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 Yep.
What the?
I knew it. Yep. Keep on calling him a dog. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's great.
Cherry, you poisoned my wine? But when?
You seem surprised, Mr. Yusupov.
You... How could you?
How could
Right,
I not?
bastard.
I've sacrificed years of my life studying and reflecting to prepare myself for this position. And in the end, I even had to poison my own teacher. You really think I'd put myself through all that just to become your little puppet?
I am no one's
I don't want
dog.
to bow down to anyone
How dare you
ever
think
again.
that you're above me?
And that includes...
You imbecile. It's the Fatui who got you to where you are. Do you understand? If I disappear with no explanation, the embassy will come after you. They'll get to the bottom of this. Mark my words.
That's what you think.
Do you see the haystack in the corner? Underneath it is a pile of explosives. And next door in the dark room are the 3 undercover agents you sent to infiltrate the Black Cliff Forge. I'm gonna stay here till I see you slip into unconsciousness. Then I'm gonna set this on fire. Once the flames burn through the hay, they'll ignite the explosives. The ruins will collapse, and everything will be buried.
Smart and meticulous. I love it.
What do you hope to?
What do you
I took the liberty of leaving some evidence of your contact with the undercover agents at the Black Cliff Forge. It won't take long for people to join the dots. 2 missing person cases will become one as the truth gradually reveals itself.
Nice.
The Fatui planted undercover agents in the Black Cliff Forge to steal their signature ruin-grade explosives. Their plan was to blow through the solid floor tiles in the dead of night and seize the treasure of Qingshu Pool. But things didn't quite go to plan. Mistakes were made that led to the accidental deaths of the entire crew. Faced with the overwhelming evidence, the embassy won't investigate this any further. In fact, they'll be only too happy to blame it all on a rogue operation by you. It explains why you acted alone, while exonerating the rest of the embassy of any liability. Of course, none of that will have anything to do with me. When all of this comes to my attention, I'm afraid I'll have no choice but to cancel the Qingshu Pool redevelopment plan immediately.
This is
I
such
guess, then,
a good
I'll be
plan
Tianshu in my own right,
that I'm
with a clean
tempted to
record
just
and
leave
well
it
out of the
be
Fatui's
and not
reach.
stop him.
Cherry, do you really think you're gonna
think
get away
good.
with this? The Fatui has a record of everything. That includes the poison, all interactions between us, even my trip here tonight. After I die, they'll come looking, and they'll get to the bottom of this.
How would they ever know you were poisoned if you burned to crisp and were left with only bones?
A record? Oh, you must mean the one in the hands of your second-in-command, Theophan?
How do you know about that?
Because when you contacted me, I also made contact with your associates. I have Theophan to thank for providing me with the poison I used on you today. He'll help me tie up all the loose ends. After all, your untimely demise comes with a few perks for him. He has been eyeing your position for a long time now.
This is amazing. How well thought out it is. How every loose end is being tied up. He thought of everything.
Cherry, you.
Shh, 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 shh. Relax. It's over. After tonight, everyone gets what they want. And anyone else in the know is either my accomplice or about to be taken out of the picture. Sweet dreams, Mr. Yusupov.
Good night. Some sweet dreams as you move along to the afterlife. Tisk, tisk, tisk. What's going on? What happened? Something seems to be going on. Quite unto your plans, sir.
I did a little surveying on the way here and found that you'd left yourself 3 escape routes in case things went south. I have them all surrounded. If you're thinking of trying anything, save yourself the effort. The game's up. We were here the whole time and have pictures of everything. They came out pretty nicely. Want to see them?
The game's up? Forgive me, I'm not quite sure what you're referring to, Miss Yelan.
Oh, the switching character. That's amazing.
I happened to discover a Fatui operation here, so I approached them on the pretext of joining forces and eventually brought them down from within. If it pleases you, Miss Yelan, I'd be only too happy to have you join me in investigating this matter.
This is how you want to play it, huh?
Playing his cards. So smart.
Fine.
On the
You
dot,
do you.
he comes up with a plan
All we
and
need to do to
executes it
convict
even
you
better
is
than
establish
Yelan.
that the
She had
poison
to
in
stutter a
his
little
system
bit
is
while
the
she was
same as
coming
in Uncle
out
Tien's.
with her plan and her words. On a dime. On a dime. No stutter, no stumble. He comes out with it.
Nothing else you wanted to add? Let's leave it there then.
One wrong move and it all comes crashing down. I should have been more careful. You followed him here, didn't you? I was so focused on keeping myself out of sight, I forgot he was a potential liability. Let's talk about this, Yelan. I gave you my word that I would live up to the Tianshu name, and that much I can still guarantee.
Your point being?
When I take office, I can guarantee that I will act in your best interests. In fact, all of you here tonight can expect very generous treatment in the future. I don't deny that I used underhanded methods to get here. But given my lowly origins, what other choice did I have?
You still don't get it, do you? Even now. What do you think? Exactly. Jur-E, clever people can always come up with a good excuse. But while you might be able to get other people to believe you, you'll never be able to deceive yourself. There's nothing wrong with wanting to win other people's respect, but when has Uncle Tien ever looked down on you? He was like a teacher and a father to you, but you chose to repay that by poisoning him. Whatever positive goal you may have started out with, you threw it away in that moment.
That's enough.
Of course. What makes this even crueler is that you managed to convince yourself there was no other way. Uncle Tien was always going to give you this opportunity.
If you hadn't done any of this, it would have been yours. It would have been yours all the way. You're smart. You're capable.
Out of everyone in the world, he is the one who trusts you the most. So much that he drank your fish soup without doubting you, not for 1 second.
That's enough. That's enough.
Is it enough? Is it enough? Because I don't think it's enough yet for you.
Life is like fishing. It cannot be rushed. Whatever you do, impatience will accomplish nothing. I was just like you once, desperate to prove myself. Only later did I realize things do not always turn out the way you plan, but you have to keep calm to carry on. You're still young. Be patient, believe in yourself, and don't look outside yourself to prove your value. Where's Jury these days? It's been a long time since he last paid me a visit.
Maybe he's just busy.
Well, next time, if he doesn't bring a pot of piping hot fish soup, don't let him in.
Whatever you were thinking about.